I think the important thing about this summit is that it focuses on the practical operational questions that face all of those in the private healthcare sector every day, whether they're insurers, whether they're primary care, whether they're hospital acute providers. What we're seeking to do is to provide a meeting place where people can share their experience, but also, of course, to focus on the latest ideas coming forward concerning technology, but also concerning patient experience, to put the private sector in a place where it's delivering something that's important to the people who use it.
The reason I'm here today is to catch up with a lot of people that I don't always get to see, have a chat over a cup of coffee, but also to meet new people. And every time I come, I always meet a range of new people, which is really important for my membership, to engage them with PMIs, for example, that we have here today, and many of the suppliers who are sitting in the background, which we don't get to see.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, it's just fantastic to have so many people interacting, getting to know each other, and from across the healthcare spectrum. Insurers, some intermediaries, obviously healthcare providers. Fantastic.
So it's an interesting range of speakers. We've got some people from the large insurance companies, from other hospital providers, new entrants to the London market as well. So it's interesting to get a feel for kind of the trends and kind of what's changing, because obviously in healthcare things are changing so much. So really that's what interested me.
It's an opportunity for us to meet end users and for people that we will potentially be working with in the future, and for those guys to actually see what we're doing. We've met people from the Howard de Walden estate today, which we've worked with, albeit through third parties, end user tenants within their space. They're very interested in what we're offering the market at the moment, which we believe is standalone.
We've been absolutely inundated. I hardly had time for lunch. So maybe it's because we tried to be a bit spiky, I don't know, but it's been really busy, good cross-reference of people here, it's well turned out. A lot of people, I think, are very interested in data and sharing that data, and it's been really interesting so far.
This event is not to be missed. I think it's a great chance to hear some people that you wouldn't normally get to hear speak in your day-to-day life, to do some networking. I think it's the right size, and that it's not too big, you don't get lost in the crowd. Everyone's really accessible, and it's actually quite good fun.
I think that the trends and the discussion and the actual topics are aligning together very nicely, so that when you hear of the discussions of, as I said, with Health Code talking about the need to better integrate our data and really look at how do we share the medical record across the board, and that focuses so nicely then into the next session on what is the future state of the healthcare facility, but also how are we looking at it from whether it's the consumer, the customer, or the patient, and just bringing in a whole refresh on how we need to look at how we all work together, which I think, again, is the point of coming to a conference like this, is really figuring out how are we collectively trying to move the market forward.
Well, I think it's really interesting because it's a different take on the market. So it's not just talking about the problems, which we hear a lot when we talk about healthcare, but it's actually talking about the solutions to those problems and how companies can develop their marketing, they can develop new technology, how they sell to customers, and actually open new markets, both in the UK and overseas. And it's also great networking.
People are networking, people are discussing and collaborating, and I think that can only be good for medical healthcare going forward.
It's been busy. These types of events are always interesting, because you've got to make the most of the networking time whilst you've got it. But we like doing them. We like sponsoring these types of events, really getting our name out there. This is an industry that we really see quite a lot of growth in. So we're just happy to be here and sponsoring again this year for the third time.
Oh, it's always great. It's good to hear the conversation. It's lovely catching up with people. It's great networking opportunity. It's been a really good day.
Today's been a great success. We've had record attendance. We've sold out of our exhibitor stands. We've got great sponsors in. So in our 5 or 6 years we've been running this summit, this is certainly the best and the most popular one yet. And the content's been excellent. We've had some really kind of different kind of speakers from different areas outside of the private healthcare sector who can bring in some new thinking and some new ideas.